So I'm completely done collecting Pokemon cards. I've completely retired. I've completely put the idea of opening packs, opening boxes, ETBs, UPCs, you name it. I'm done collecting Pokemon cards.
Prepare for trouble!
Make it double!
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Team Rocket Joey. Yes, sir. So today, guys, we have a victim of the hyper shill culture on YouTube. Let's all give a good round of applause for Slim Rick 6. Let's do a prayer one time for our fallen hobbyist. We're going to get into it right now. I was watching this video at work, and then I checked the Discord, and somebody linked it in the Discord. Guys, this is an extreme lesson that everybody needs to see on the internet in the current Pokemon card hobby if you have joined since 151 or Prismatic Evolutions. This is a very pivotal role. You probably feel exactly like this guy. So let's look at it. Go subscribe to his channel, Slimmer6. Why I stopped collecting Pokemon cards. Let's get into it. This video is powered by Bitcoin, the #1 asset for your financial future and freedom. Bitcoin. This is not a paid sponsorship.
So I'm completely done collecting Pokemon cards. I've completely retired. I've completely put the idea of opening packs, opening boxes, ETBs, UPCs, you name it.
So he's done opening up Pokemon cards. That's the first step to learning how to not lose all your money here in the Pokemon card hobby.
I'm done collecting Pokemon cards. And I'm not a lifetime Pokemon card collector. Rather, I'm a lifetime Pokemon fan. So I grew up on video games. I didn't start collecting the cards heavily until 6 months ago. Now, as a kid, I had my little...
Did you guys hear that? 6 months ago. Guys, guess what came out? Guess what came out 6 months ago? I bet you can guess. Shining Fates 2.0 came out 6 months ago, aka Prismatic Evolutions.
Collection, you know what I'm saying? I had my little starter boxes and what have you, but I couldn't really collect on the magnitude that I was collecting on a few months ago. And I want to just kind of explain my reasoning and my opinions on what's going on and why I feel the way I feel about collecting Pokemon cards and what I really think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because for the last 6 months, I got to really see the ins and outs of the industry, the business, the hobby. I even got to work as a rip and shipper at a popular card shop.
That's a red flag right there off rip. So let's get into the first clip. Here we go. Closed captioning. I gotta turn the playback speed up a little bit. Sorry.
Every time I went inside of a card shop, I ended up spending probably 10x whatever I intended to, like, walk in there.
So this is usually what happens with new people in the hobby. They don't know how to budget or control their spending because I see the newest, most brightest, flashiest things. This is just what most hobbyists go through when they come into the hobby.
Because I go in there and pick this up, and I'm picking this up, and I'm picking this up, and I'm getting all this shit. And it's like, damn, you just spent $400 on some Pokemon cards, which is cool because I have the cards in my hand that's worth the $400. But like, here's where it gets nasty. So this happens over and over, or over a period of time. Like over a period of time, I've indulged to the point where I've sunk so much bread into Pokemon cards and collectibles and stupid shit that I'm like, what am I doing?
So I need to know right now because I know 99% of the people in the hobby have done the same exact thing. I know people that have hit me up, they talk to me, they tell me, yeah, me and so got back into the hobby, spending crazy amount of money off rip, buying so much 151s, buying so much Prismatic, buying this and that and this and that. It's only been 6 months and people are already starting to fatigue out. Guys, guess what? There's still 2 more years for Prismatic Evolutions to be printed. I wonder what that means. Does that mean it goes up forever or it's going to MSRP and below? Does demand scale all the way forever? No, it doesn't. Sorry. No, it doesn't. This is the fate of 99% of the people that are brand new into the hobby. This is what's going to happen. I know a lot of you are feeling this same exact way. This is why I have not purchased anything besides the Destin Rivals blister packs that I just picked up last week for MSRP. I'm not overspending. I'm not buying anything. Haven't bought anything since November, guys. If you understand we're in an overheated market, you wouldn't be buying anything at all. But as you can tell, he got Hyper Shield. He has GameStop ETBs right here on his shelf. You guys can't see it. He has GameStop ETBs right here on his shelf. Yikes. Ooh, that's a bigger yikes. All right, let's get it.
You feel me? I had this app that would calculate the total value of my collection, and it was a nice little number. So I'm like, okay. They kind of pitched this whole Pokemon thing to you as an investment. They're like, oh, you could get rich with Pokemon.
Shout out Pokey and E. Let's actually go look at it because he's talking exactly about Pokey and E. Talking about exactly about Pokey and E, Nostalgianomics, Pokey and E. Let's go look at his thumbnails. I bet we could find one quick. Videos. Dun, 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 dun. I spent $750K. Wow, you're so rich, Pokey and E. You're so rich. 1 million of cards lost. How to get rich 3 months ago. Good job, Pokey. You're really doing everybody a service here. MSRP is over. I cannot, bro. I can't even look at that full channel. It's so cringe.
Pokemon, or people are making millions of dollars with Pokemon cards.
Pokey is making millions of dollars on Pokemon cards. Good job, Pokey. You know how to sell a product that sells itself. Excellent work, buddy.
People are doing this. People are doing that. But what they don't tell you is you're going to collect these cards trying to invest. You're going to try to make a business out of this. But when you try to recoup some of that money, when you try to recoup some of that capital, you know what's going to happen? Someone's going to try to convince you that your stuff is worth less.
So this is what goes on at Collecticons, vendors, shows on the weekend. Those people pay for their tables, so they usually charge, or they will pay you 80% on a good margin. That's a good vendor, paying you 80% on your stuff. They're never going to pay you 100%. This guy's obviously new. We can tell. He said he's only been here 6 months. If you go to any cons or anything, the highest end they're going to give you is 80% for your stuff. And that's for like the best stuff, like the Prismatic 151, SIRs, alternate arts, that type of stuff. But if you have anything lower than that, it's like 75, 70%, 65%. And good luck. Guys, have I ever posted a video telling you guys how to sell, when to sell? No, because I'm not looking to sell. I'm not going to go through this. I don't need to sell. You need to put yourself in a position to where you don't need to sell. Make sure you keep going to work. Don't quit your job for Pokemon cards. That's dumb cringe, especially in a bull market, because guys, guess what? If you've never experienced a bear market, it's extremely hard. Nothing moves. I mean, it moves, but it moves for way under MSRP. So it's just be careful. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Be careful, but nope, I'm a fearmonger. I'm a doomer. I'm a this and that. Guys, goofy, per usual. Super hyper sport card grifters in the hobby. Cringe.
And if this is like just a hobby for you, you're not going to be ready for the tigers and lions and bears out here that's trying to undercut everything. You heard that key term I use, bears, like from crypto, from investing. You got bulls and bears. You got people that's going to undercut you for your collection or for your Pokemon cards. And that's in every.
Again, vendors are only going to pay you 80% because they have to make money on their transactions. So the smartest thing to do would be a vendor or a buyer at card shows if you want the best deals for your stuff. Like I've always said, if you want to actually start a business, make money, you should probably just go try vending. But again, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get eaten alive out there by the sharks for sure.
Every business, that's everywhere you go. It could be stock market, it could be cryptocurrency, it could be GameStop. People are going to undercut you. But the problem with the Pokemon thing is they try to make you believe that this stuff is worth so much. But then when you get into a situation where you want to sell, you end up taking the hit. And
if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get eaten up stupendously. You're gonna, especially if you don't have any connections in the hobby at all. You don't have, relationships built up in the hobby at all. You are going to get eaten alive if you try to go sell any of this stuff.
I made that mistake at Collecticon. And
shout out all my con goblins out there.
Ended up losing pretty big because I sold some very valuable cards and I took a decent hit on them. Now I got some cash, but I took a pretty big hit. And then what ended up happening was like cards that I had left, it was like, instead of it being like 10 cards that's worth like 10,000, it was like 500 cards worth like 10,000.
So let's do the math on that. 10,000 divided by 500. $20 a card.
So
yeah, that's not it at all.
I can't get this stuff off unless I'm gonna sit here and sell every $5 card, every $6 card on eBay, take it to the post office, ship the card, do all this crazy
that's
stuff.
An L. Guys, so here's a Team Rocket tip here, bro. This is why I only buy PSA 10s, SIRs, and alt arts. They're always going to be in demand. They're always going to be wanted. People are going to pay the highest premium for them when you go and sell them. But the majority of my investments on this channel is sealed product.
It's like I had to get rid of this stuff.
How many people right now watching this video feel like you need to get rid of your stuff because you're way overextended into this? You have all of the same stuff that he has in the video. Guys, none of this stuff is rare. Everybody has this stuff. It's actually crazy.
That's how I was feeling. So that's exactly what I did. And I ended up taking a loss. Because
I shouldn't be laughing because he's new and guys, just know that this will happen to 90% of the hobby. This is how prices go back down to MSRP when people find out. The famous quote, F around and find out. This is what happens when you are way in over your head. You don't know what you're doing. You've only watched Nostalgianomics. You've only watched Pokey and E. You constantly go grift in their comment section. This is the result of that when you don't know what you're doing.
Because I just wanted to get out of it so bad. And I was actually disgusted with myself. That I had allowed something like that to happen. And I didn't realize quite the grip that Pokemon had on my life at that time.
So again, guys, how many of you guys feel exactly like this? I need to know in the comment section down below.
So I realize it now, and I'm just out of it. Like, as a fan of Pokemon, I'm a fan of the video game, and I always enjoy the video game. You spend $60 one time, you can enjoy that game for as long as you want, as many times as you want. With these cards, it's like you get.
Bro is down bad right now. Bro is down bad.
Chase card today, and next month they're gonna release another chase card.
No way! Black and white? A new chase card is coming out? Surging Sparks Pikachu fell through the floor? Oh, no way. No way. Journey Together, there's 0 chase cards in there. They all fell through the floor? No way. Prismatic Evolutions Umbreon is falling through the floor.
For you to sink your money into that set, trying to chase that card. So let's take Surging Sparks, for example. That Pikachu, that's $500.
The one that I'm Never Faced told you if you think it's going to 1,000, it's a good purchase today at 700. Remember he said that, guys. Just remember he said that. The guy that you guys go and watch every single day.
I opened a couple booster boxes from Surging Sparks.
That's an L right there. Never open booster boxes. Booster box hit rates are literally, they're all pre-planned out, pre-mapped out by Pokemon. Do not open booster boxes. Later on in life, when you look down the road 10 years, the Surging Sparks booster box is going to be over $1,000 and you didn't get anything out of it. It's literally a troll. It's a hyper scam to open up booster boxes. Do not open booster boxes. Let the next person you sell it to buy it as a collectible or open it themselves. You do not want to be the person on the horrible end of a bad decision like that.
Booster box was 200 or 2 something. I never got a Pikachu. So it's actually I can't believe. Right? Let's take Prismatic Evolutions. I think I opened about 12 Prismatic ETBs, and each ETB was about $100. And the first few ETBs I bought, they were like 130.
Guys, so you can't get Hyper Shield. Please do not get Hyper Shield. I need you guys to learn from this experience right here because it's staring you right in the face. Look at him. Look at him. He's staring you right in the face right there. Right there.
Really high. And I wanted an Umbreon. I wanted an Espeon. I ended up buying just all the singles. I ended up selling that.
So he opened up 12 Prismatic ETBs at $140 each. And then he ended up probably paying like $1,700, $1,600 for the Umbreon.
For like close to what it was worth. So I didn't lose money on those cards. But like with the Prismatic ETBs that I opened, I did not pull close to what I had spent on.
Okay, so that's basically all of the information that you really need to watch from that video. Just make sure you guys are not getting Hyper Shield. It is one of the worst things that you could do in this hobby today. Most of you are going to suffer the same fate as Slimbrick 6, and I just hope that you guys do not walk down that path. That's why I made this channel, so that people like this can learn, so that you can learn, so that you know that there is a better opportunity to buy Pokemon sealed products at better prices in the future. Shout out Pokey and E, Nostalgianomics, Poke Profit, I know that Vapor Self. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. I upload every 24 hours trying to protect all of the new people from the Hyper Shills. I will see you guys at 6 a.m. All right, friends. I hope you learned something here today. And remember, I always like the way. All you have to do
Just let me in.
Team Rocket's